Hello everybody, today we will talk about a new transformation, which is the rotations. I want from you to focus more in this lesson because this transformation is harder than the first two transformations which I explained them before, which are the reflections and the translations. What is a rotation? Rotation is a transformation that turns or rotates a figure around a fixed point. This fixed point, we call it the center of rotation. Okay. By the way, the rotation is an isometry, exactly like the translations and the reflection. It doesn't affect the shape of the shape, and it doesn't affect its size. It doesn't change its size. It keeps the lengths, the dimensions, the measures of its angles. That's all. Okay. So, because the rotation is an isometry, so it will be the image and the pre-image will be congruent to each other. Let us talk about this example. Tell whether each transformation appears to be a rotation. Is this transformation a rotation or no? A rotation means you have to rotate. Rotate means it must move in circular motion, like it moves on a circle, like this example. I draw it here. Look at this one. These two shapes. This is the center of the circle, and this will be the center of the rotation. And if you have this shape, and I want to start rotating it, look, I will keep these 2 points, if you see them, these 2 points on the circle. Then I will start rotating. Start rotating, you have to move and keep the distances from all points, from all the vertices of this shape and the center of rotation, which is P. And you will move in clockwise or counterclockwise. We will move counterclockwise here. So I will move it like this way, look, in circular path. Now if I kept moving, they will be match each other. Look, they will be congruent. So this is the rotation. You have to move in circular path. Okay. Now let us go to our example. This is the example. Is this appears to be a rotation or no? I think yes, it is, because if you move this in circular path, they will be congruent to each other. Is this appears to be rotation? I don't think so. This looks like to be a translation. Look, if you start moving this in circular way or in circular motion, it will not be congruent to this. They will not match each other. So you can expect if it is a rotation or not. Now how we will draw a rotation. There are 3 conditions must be satisfied if you want to make any rotation. The first, there is what we call the center of rotation. The center of rotation must be, if you want to make a rotation. And there is what we call the angle of rotation. What's the angle you have to move? what is the measure of the angle you have to move the your figure or your shape, and the direction of motion. There are two directions. Counterclockwise, if you move like this way, this is counterclockwise, or clockwise if you move from in this way. Clockwise or counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. Most of the examples and the exercises in our textbook, it's in counterclockwise motion. Okay, this is an example. Draw the rotation of the following figure about point P by measure of angle A. Now, this is the figure. It's a triangle. This is the center of rotation, which is P. This is the center, and this is the angle which we have to move, and this is the direction of the angle. It is counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, if he gave you the measure of the angle, it will be positive measure. Positive measure means it's in counterclockwise motion. If it is negative angle, negative measure, it means you have to move clockwise in this direction. Okay, now I want to rotate this shape about this center, which is about this point, with this measure. Now I will check how much is this measure by my protractor. Look, I fixed this center of the protractor on the center of this angle, and I line up the zero line with this line and start counting from here. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. It's about 40. Look, this is the other side of the angle. It stops at 40. So the size or the measure of this angle is 40 degrees. So I will rotate in this direction because he asks you to move in this direction. Look at the arrow here inside. So I will move. I will rotate this shape in this direction 40 degrees, but about this point. So I will start now. Now if I name my shape, the vertices here, if this is A and this is B and this is C, these are three vertices of this triangle. I will now connect between each vertex and the center of rotation. The first here, okay. Now I will start. This is the first line segment. I connect between the center of rotation and the vertex C. Now I will put my protractor in this center, and I will line up this line with the zero line of the protractor. Then I will move 40 degrees in this direction, by the way. 40 degrees, it's here, so I will put a tick here. Then I will connect between this mark and the center of rotation. Now I can use a ruler or the compass. The compass is better than the ruler, and find the distance from the center of point and the original vertex, which is C, and which is the pre-image. Now this is the distance. I will keep this length and I will cut here. So this is the image of C, which is C prime. I will do the same thing for the two other points. I will connect between the center of the rotation and the point B. Then I will do the same thing. I will fix the center of the protractor on the center of the rotation, and I will line up the zero line with this line, which I drew it. Now start moving 40 degrees here, so I will put another mark. Then I will draw from the center of rotation to this mark, line segment. Then I will find the distance from the center of rotation and point B. I will take the same distance here and I will cut here, so it will be in this. So this is B dash, which is the image of the B. I will make the same thing for the third point, for the third vertex, which is A. I will connect between the center and center of rotation and the vertex A. Then I will move it. Sorry, I have to move from this direction. You have to. I will fix this center of the protractor with, and the zero line here with this one. Sorry, I will move it like this way, just a little bit. Okay, now I will move in this direction, counterclockwise. So 0, 10, 30, this is 40. So I will put a mark here. Then I will connect. Draw. Then I will find the distance or the length of this and I will cut here. So this is A prime. Now I will draw my new triangle, which is the image. Sorry, I didn't draw it accurately, but it will be in this shape. So look, they overlapped each other, but this is what happened. So if you rotate this, the black triangle, if you rotate it 40 degrees like this way, 40 degrees, they will match each other. This C will be exactly match the C prime, and V will be prime, A will A prime. So this is the rotation. This rotation is about the center P by 40 degrees. Okay. Now let us talk about some special rotations. They are the rotation about the origin. So rotation in the coordinate plane. Rotations in the coordinate plane. We will talk about two types of rotations in this type of rotations. We will talk about the first type. It is by 90 degrees above the origin. We will rotate 90 degrees positive, so it will be counterclockwise in this rotation, in this direction. And in this case, every point x, y, every point with coordinates x and y, if the pre-image is x and y, the image will be negative y and x. If the rotation is 90 degrees, look, you will flip the x and the y, and you will change the sign of the y. If it is negative, it will be positive, and if it is positive, it will be negative. And you will keep the x, but you will switch the x with y. This is the first type of rotations. The second type, it is by 180 degrees above the origin, and in this case, any point with xy coordinates, it will be the same. You will keep the x and the y, but you will flip the sign. You will change the signs of each x and y. X will be negative x and y will be negative y. Let us talk about this example. Rotate the quadrilateral ABCD with vertices A. These are given vertices for this quadrilateral ABCD about the origin by 90 degrees. So I will draw this table. These are the points or the vertices of the original shape, which is all of these are P images A. So I will find how much is A prime and B prime and C prime and D prime. And this rotation, it's by 90 degrees about the origin. So if you remember, as I said, you will flip the 0 and the negative 1. So negative 1 is x, it will be instead of y here. And the y, it will be here, and you will change its sign, but this 0, it is without a sign, so I will keep it as it is. B is negative 1 and negative 3. Negative 1 will be here, and negative 3 is the y, it will be instead of x, but I will change the sign. It's negative, it will be positive, so it will be 3 and negative 1. C is 1 and negative 3, so C prime will be 1 is x, it will be instead of y, and this is negative 3, it will be 3. And for the 1 0, it will be 1 will be instead of y, and 0 I will not change its sign because there is no sign for the 0. Now look, I drew the points here. This is the xy plane, and this is our quadrilateral. This is A, which is negative 1 0, A negative 1 0, B negative 3 negative 1, negative 3, negative 1 negative 3, this is negative 1 with negative 3, B, and C is 1 with negative 3, 1 with negative 3, this is C, and D 1 with 0. This is the pre-image. This is the pre-image. Now I will draw the image after rotation about the origin. So you will move. Look, if you move this, if you rotate this quadrilateral about the origin 90 degrees, I will rotate it like this way. Look, it will be like this. This will be the y-axis, and this is the x-axis, and this is the image. This is the image, and this is the original one. Let us draw the image. So the first image for A, for the vertex A prime, it will be 0 with negative 1. I draw it with black, or with B. Okay. 0, negative 1, 0, negative 1. This is A prime. And B prime is 3, negative 1. B prime is 3, negative 1. This is B prime. C prime 3 with 1, 3 with 1. And D prime 0 with 1. 0, 1. This is D prime. I will connect it with these 4 points to get the image after rotation. This is the image. So if you rotate this 90 degrees, this and this will be congruent to each other. So this is the rotation about the origin. If you rotate it about the origin by 180 degrees, what you will do here, you will switch the x. You will not switch any coordinate. You will keep them, but you will change the sign for each. So if it is by 180 degrees, it will be positive 1 with 0, and B prime will be positive 1 with positive 3, and C prime it will be negative 1 with positive 3 and negative 1 with 0, and you can draw it on the same XY plane, and you will get your image. Thanks for watching. See you next time, inshallah.